This 11-story hotel is unlike anything Melbourne has ever seen. With an amazing rooftop bar and gathering space, incredible conference facilities, and of course, amazing guest rooms and suites like this one. So if you have friends and family coming to town for a visit, or want to go out and enjoy downtown Melbourne's great restaurants, bars, and shopping for a night or two, Hotel Melby is the place to be. Hello, and welcome back to the 411 on the 321. Tales, tenants, and tips from Space Coast business leaders, brought to you by the Melbourne Regional Chamber. I'm your host, Mel Thomas, and I'm so excited to join you this morning from the beautiful Hotel Melby in downtown Melbourne. I have two very special guests this morning. First is Mike Seeley, Health First Foundation President, and Rebecca Burgman, Health First Foundation Board of Trustees and Young Professionals Group member. I'd like to see your business card. That's a lot to fit on your business card. So we're going to come back to Mike and Rebecca after these words from our champion sponsor, Hedrick Brothers Construction.
Since 1979, Hedrick Brothers Construction has been delivering quality construction for the commercial and luxury residential markets of South Florida. In 2020, a team of two expanded into the Space Coast region and opened an office here in Melbourne. 3 years later, the team's grown to over a dozen professionals, working on large, local projects and investing in our community. The sky's the limit for the Hedrick team. Get to know them. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back, and welcome, Mike and Rebecca. Thank you so much for coming out on a beautiful morning to spend time with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, wonderful. I think this is a really great and unique experience for everyone to get to know Health First Foundation. Yeah. Health First is such a household name here, so this is going to be amazing. So, Mike, if you don't mind, you're here right beside me. I'm going to start with you. Does that work?
Yeah, that works perfectly. Thank you.
Perfect. So, Health First is a non-for-profit health and wellness organization. So, how does the Health First Foundation support Health First?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. Thanks for having us here today. This is a terrific setting, and we're happy to be a member of the Melbourne Regional Chamber. Health First Foundation, we're raising funds and thus raising standards at Health First through our work in the community. Health First, as you said, is a not-for-profit institution, and so that means that there are many things that we do, quite literally, are not profitable at Health First. There are things that we do just to serve the community and serve the community well. And so the foundation is the arm of Health First that gathers support in the community and deploys that support at Health First to provide better care, to provide better wellness services and better health services here in Brevard.
And I'm curious to know, how did it get started?
Well, so we were born here roughly 80 years ago. So in 1937, not far from where we're sitting now, a 27-bed hospital opened up, and that has really grown over the years and grown quite a bit now. That turned into Holmes Regional Medical Center. I mean, so 20 some odd beds grew to 514 some odd beds, and that joined Palm Bay Hospital, Vieira Hospital, and Cape Canaveral Hospital. And then working in support of other areas in the community, we have Health First Medical Group and then Health First Health Plan. So we are truly an integrated delivery network.
I love it. So we're going to talk about Board of Trustees, but I wonder, can you tell us a little bit about your board? Why are they important?
Well, our board is the finest board of all the boards, and I say that as I sit next to a board member. But our board is representative of our community. I mean, we've got business owners, community leaders, people who've been served by our facility, and they're deeply invested in the wellness and health services that we're providing to our community through their advocacy, through their ability to connect people to the work that we're doing, and through their own fiscal support. I really mean it. I mean, this is one of the finest boards I've ever worked with in my career.
I mean, you sound so lucky. They sound so engaged and supportive. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear more about them. Yeah. And you just kind of hit on it. You don't just raise funds, you raise standards. How do you walk that walk? How do you talk that talk?
Well, everyone that goes to work at Health First comes to work intending to do really good things for the community. And as we know, particularly in somewhat turbulent financial times, where resources are finite to be able to do the work that we do. And so we have the unique pleasure as representatives of this fundraising arm to be able to tell the story and to provide stories of impact, of programs that the community can support to allow us to do what we do better. Our funders, and therefore our foundation, we support many things at Health First, things like Trauma HAL, right? So Trauma HAL is this high fidelity patient simulator that we can use in our emergency departments. And we also partner with Brevard EMS, and we do really intense simulations to help people, first responders, learn how to provide better care. GI Genius is something that our foundation supported. So that's...
I want to hear about that.
Well, so that's a computer program that allows for... automated is almost not exactly right. I mean, it is a really cutting edge technology that allows colonoscopies to be read better, right? So it used to be a very analog thing where a radiologist or the GI doc would look at it. So this is a computer program that looks for abnormalities that are found in colonoscopies. And so it allows us to be better diagnosticians and find things that might be of concern earlier than we might normally. There's a video laryngoscope, for example. That's something that you wouldn't think would be necessary in a first response situation, but our helicopter, the first flight helicopter, didn't have a video laryngoscope. And so this is something that we were able to fund that allows the first responders to intubate people quicker and safer when they're in flight. I mean, it's really amazing to think about that. And there are many, many things that we get to do at the foundation.
It sounds like you have some really great ways to give back as well.
We sure do.
Yeah, it's amazing. So you have been a healthy and active partner of the Melbourne Regional Chamber. I want to get this right, 25 plus years.
Yeah, that's right. I think we should get like a gold watch.
I think you should
something
get something
like that. I mean, I think there's a celebration.
The Chamber's a nonprofit too, so I don't know how many gold watches they've got. Maybe a gold star.
That
Would
seems
that
about
work?
right.
Okay,
I think that's
perfect.
exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder, I'd love to hear in your own words, and I know, none of us are even 25 years old yet, so we weren't there when the first decision was made. But I'm curious, how has that partnership evolved, and how do you see the future of that partnership?
Well, I mean, our interests and our mission are in many ways aligned, right? I mean, the Melbourne Chamber stands for and is important, integral to supporting the business community and supporting everything that feeds into a healthy business community. Embedded in that word, healthy, I mean, that is exactly what we're about. It's in our name. It's in our mission. That's exactly what we do. I mean, we want the community to be healthy. So the workers that work at the chamber members are healthy and, and efficient. The other thing too is that through our community partnerships, this is something that we're very, very proud of. I mean, we can't accomplish our mission alone. So we are partnering with other not-for-profits in the community to kind of extend our wellness and health mission through.
There are so many here.
Well, there are so many, and they're
Yeah.
all chamber members. And so, I think your support of the not-for-profit sector is very, very important to the work that we do and the work that our community partners do in the community.
Bravo. So if someone's watching right now and they've just been mind blown like I have, and they're called to service and they want to help the Health First Foundation, what are some ways they can do that?
Well, go to our website, so hfgive.org.
Okay, we're flashing that up right now.
Oh, that's very good. Well done. Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I just did it in my mind. Yeah, thank
That's
you.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
how that works. Yeah, that's technology. Yeah, I mean, so go to hfgive.org. The other thing too is, reach out to anyone on our board. Reach out to me at any time. I mean, the fun thing about Health First is there's something for everyone at Health First, whether it's aging services. I mean, that's a program that we almost fully support, through the foundation. Bright Star, hospice. Bright Star is for kids going through grief, and we provide free services to those families. So there's really so many things, so many ways that you can have an impact on our community.
We could talk all day. About all the cool things you're doing.
Yeah.
I love the aging services too. I think we might be playing golf with you for a cause. So I'm really excited
our
about
golf
that.
tournament supports that.
Very
it's great.
cool.
We thank you for your support.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes, anytime. Happy to do so. I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca now, if we can, because there's a part of the Health First Foundation that I really, really want to talk about. Very exciting. But before we get started, I'm just wondering, I'm curious, what led you personally to the Health First Foundation?
Well, Health First is a staple in our community, as you mentioned earlier, and I was born and raised here as well, not 80 years ago, a few less than that. And so it's just always been important to me that our community is healthy, and the mission of Health First really speaks to that, and just wanted to be involved and make sure that wellness continues in the future.
Excellent. So I'm familiar with my work with the Chamber of the Space Coast Young Professionals Group, which is an arm of the Chamber Council subgroup, aimed at kind of that 21 to 39-year-old. And it's more professional development. There is some community outreach and networking events. The Health First Foundation has a young professional group. I want to hear all about it. Please tell me.
Sure. So the group is really about bringing together like-minded, people, and giving them an avenue to give back like-minded, civic, minded people who want to get back to the community, but maybe are new in their careers or kind of growing in their careers and not really sure where to start. So the Young Professionals Group is really all about helping them, give back, see how they can directly impact the community and help, people in our community through the Health First Foundation.
It sounds phenomenal, and I love anyone that's going to help you steer to find your passion. I think it's really important. I wonder why the young professional community. What did you see in them?
Well, I think it's about growing, the future philanthropists in our area, and that's really important. And again, you're a young professional, you probably have a family, you're busy, you're not sure where to start, and Health First is, a huge part of our community. And there's so many ways, there's something for everyone, to Mike's point. And so we really want to give them an avenue to feel like they can directly impact the people in our community and make it easy for them, and they can grow professionally and personally as well, getting to meet Health First leaders like Mike and, hear about future plans for our community, which are really exciting. So it's all about that, really.
That's interesting. What are some of the other benefits if I wanted to join the Young Professionals Group?
I would say, professional development, personal development, learning about all these amazing services in our community. There's so many things that people probably don't realize that Health First and the Foundation fund, and they're so important. So I think that education and wellness, that's what everyone wants, right? You want your kids healthy, you want to be healthy. It's not just about when you're sick and you go to the hospital. It's about creating a well community in the future and right now.
Well, I think it's just so smart and so strategic. A lot of young professionals, I think, are being moved here from some of the larger stakeholders.
Sure.
And you just don't know what you don't know, right? You don't even know where to get started.
Right.
So for you to outreach to them, and a lot of times it's just like to make a friend, to know someone here.
Yeah.
So what a great way to do that and give back at the same time. And your health. What's more important than that?
Right, exactly.
Perfect. I'm going to have to put you on the spot here because I know you have a lot. But what is your favorite part about working with the Young Professionals Group?
I think, to your point, it's just meeting like-minded people, and understanding all the services that we have here and all of the good that Health First is doing. You think of Health First, you think of a hospital, you think of, I'm sick, I need to go see my doctor. But it's really about creating a community, that is healthy and not just when you're sick, and really that is the future of Health First. That is their mission, and that is my favorite part.
Good. That's a good favorite part to have. Excellent.
That was a great answer. Yeah. I'm just going to leave now.
Very good. I'm wondering, our viewers, our listeners, how can they get involved? Can they donate their time? Can they volunteer?
Yeah,
fundraise?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to have some exciting events coming up to, get some more members, hopefully raise some money for the foundation. So if they go, to the Health First website, they can find more information and, give money, find out how they can give some time if they're interested. It's really all of those things are important.
And all of that is on that website?
All of it's on the website. And it's an important thing for the people watching this to realize that any gift of any size can make a difference. One of the new programs is the Compassionate Care Fund, that we've recently launched. And the immediate impact in the community is palpable, it is just really compelling. There's a patient, and this is just a real patient. Her name's Lucy, and she recently learned that the drug that she needed to save her life might not be covered by her insurance, and so she was forced to make a decision. Should I put food on the table or should I get this drug? And it was actually through one of our caseworkers that I kind of identified this problem. That realized that she was having this real concern, and she connected Lucy to our Compassionate Care Fund. And through a Guardian Angel grant, we are able to provide that drug to her for free. And her response, her video is on our website. It is really one of the most fulfilling things that we get to do to know that we're making a difference in her life. And that's the kind of thing that really anybody, even $25 into the Compassionate Care Fund can really make a difference. And so
that's incredible. And I'm sure there are more stories and more Lucy's that you would want to share, but how amazing. And you're right, there's things you don't even think about, the difference between paying for groceries or buying your medicine and things like that. So what a great way to give back directly and to get it into the hands of people that need it. So thank you both for everything that you're doing. doing. Mike, I'm going to throw it back to you now. So at the end of every episode, we ask all of our guests to come on and share like a little pearl of wisdom, a little tip. It could have been something you read or some great advice somebody gave you that continues to serve you well in your professional or personal life. Sure. Can you share something with us?
Yeah, sure. It's drink foxtail coffee. It's the finest coffee on the planet, really. I mean,
you're welcome, Larry. Yes.
Larry, yeah. What I'll say is, as it relates, and some of this relates to kind of business in general, but also fundraising. Mm-hmm. Ask questions and listen to the answers, right? Mm-hmm. And particularly in fundraising, don't just assume that because you have a need and someone that you're talking to has money, that they're going to be compelled to give you that money. And it is really, really important to get to know your customer, to get to know the person that you are bringing into the program, to listen to them. And the other thing I would say through that process is don't be afraid to hear a no, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it is, once you kind of know what they're excited about, and once you know that you've got something that can kind of sate that excitement, you can ask, but be prepared to get a no and then kind of rebuild from there. A mentor once told me, in fundraising, the real conversation begins when you get the no. And, so just sort of take that and build from that, and don't be deterred, but never assume that, that it's a good connection for you and the charity. I mean, you need to build that trust and earn that trust. And
I think that's sound advice almost in life, not to assume what's important to people. Yeah,
that's right.
But especially, you're right, when you're fundraising and things like that. Thank you so much. I know you're both so busy for taking time, bringing the sunshine with you this morning.
Yeah. It follows Rebecca around all the time. No, I mean, not so much. Yeah, right. That's exactly. Yeah.
Thank you both so much.
Thanks for having us.
We're flashing up some websites right now for our viewers to learn more, to get more involved with the Health First Foundation, Young Professionals Group, or any of the good work they're doing at Health First. You can also visit the Melbourne Regional Chamber's website, melbourneregionalchamber.com. I'd like to thank Mike and Rebecca again for taking the time out. Thank you, Health First Foundation, for all you do in our community. I've been your host, Mel Thomas, joining you from the beautiful Hotel Melby, downtown Melbourne. Thank you to Tightline Productions for producing this and making us all look very good this morning. We'll see you next time.